Last time on Death Battle.
I don't really care who wins. In fact, I'm way more interested in what's going to be going on next time, because Death Battle have stated in the past few days that the next time is going to be extremely controversial. So that's going to be fun to find out what that is. I've got money on Goku versus Superman 3 as the penultimate episode of this season. But anyway,
a few moments later.
So yeah, fun fight. I don't really have anything else I can say. They are doing it. I was joking! I was joking!
And now, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Hey guys, this is Time Force Reacts, and I am back to react to Death Battle Goku vs. Superman. Technically it's the third one, so I'm going to be calling it Goku vs. Superman 3, even though it's more of a Link vs. Cloud and Mario vs. Sonic situation where they're not, they're not doing a full-on sequel like they did with Goku vs. Superman 2, but they're just remaking it from the ground up in their own modern standards. So, I'm still calling it Goku vs. Superman 3 because it's the third one. Come on, you gotta have the 3 in there, even though the title doesn't. But yeah, alright. This is a very... Goku vs. Superman has been ingrained into Death Battle as just a concept, because even when they were first doing Season 1, people wanted them to do Goku vs. Superman, and eventually they confirmed, yes, we are doing Goku vs. Superman, and then it became the Season 1 finale, and it's still one of the best episodes they've done. Granted, it's Goku vs. Superman, the original, is correct, but they use the worst explanation possible. Well, one of the worst. They saved the worst explanation possible for Goku vs. Superman 2, which they really shouldn't have done. Even Ben acknowledges that, yeah, Goku vs. Superman 2 is his least favorite episode, which I get. Like, conceptually, I get that Goku vs. Superman 2 is his least favorite episode, but come on, there's worse episodes out there. You guys are the ones who made Justin Bieber versus Rebecca Black. Come on. But yeah, I might as well regale you the tale of my first, how I discovered Death Battle, since this is a very important thing. I first discovered Death Battle because I was looking up, like, epic rap battles of history, because I was obsessed with that at the time. I was somewhere in high school, I can't remember when, but all I remember is that at some point I stumbled across Goomba versus Koopa. Yes, Goomba versus Koopa was my first Death Battle episode, and it was just a joy. And then all I remember is that I think it was around the time Eggman versus Wily was getting hyped up. They released all those preview videos, and I saw that, and it was pretty cool. And then they announced Goku vs. Superman, and by that point, I had seen all of Season 1. And here's the thing, I had no idea what Dragon Ball was, which is weird. I didn't actually start getting into anime until, like, late into high school, so I didn't even know what Dragon Ball was. I barely knew what Naruto was, and, like, yeah, and then as I watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I watched, Shadow versus Vegeta, and then, yeah, it was just a whole thing, and at the time, I could not fathom, like, how Goku could beat Superman, and what do you know, I was right. Goku couldn't beat Superman. The first Death Battle proved me right. But yeah, but ever since then, I have gained more respect for Dragon Ball as a franchise and Goku as a character, and I've gotten more into anime, and just more and more respect for Dragon Ball all around. And then and now we're here, Goku vs. Superman, and we're including pretty much everything for both characters. So who do I think wins? Superman. Like, it's kind of hilarious how overpowered Superman is. It's become a meme how overpowered Superman is, and I know they're going with the whole, like, yeah, Superman has... I know Goku vs. Superman 2, like, they infamously said Superman has no limits, and yeah, yeah, and I can see how that would rattle quite a few people, including Superman fans. So, yeah, and then you look at and then G1 Blogs actually put out the prediction for this episode, and And I was looking through Goku's analysis first, and I got through like the first part of that, and then they switched over to Superman. But once I got through the first part of Goku's analysis, I kind of went, "Oh wow, Goku has a whole lot more than I thought he did. Huh? He might actually stand a chance." And then I was like a minute into reading Superman, the first part of Superman's analysis, and went, "What the fuck is Goku supposed to do?" Like it's hilarious just how outclassed Goku is against a character who has been around since the 1940s, who embodies the very notion of just, hey, he's a big strong dude who flies. Like once you add more and more lore and context, I read that entirety of the G1 blog and just went, okay, yeah, I guess we're doing this now. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else I can say here. All I can hope for is that it's a good episode. I mean, it's season 10. They have been releasing banger after banger consecutively. And really the only episode that kind of sort of disappointed me was Killua versus Misaka. And even then, it's a pretty interesting episode overall. So, yeah, anyway, this is Goku vs. Superman 3. Let's jump right in. And we'll start things up in 3, 2, 1, play.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by...
And yes, I am wearing the Goku shirt, even though I think Superman is going to stomp. So, yeah, alright. Oh, okay.
Fight!
Oh, okay, they did the full-on...
Son Goku!
Okay.
Superman!
It's time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it all into play.
We're
Alright.
examining Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all 3, just to be thorough, plus
Okay.
Dragon Ball Heroes.
Plus Dragon Ball
He's
Heroes, yeah,
Where's
okay.
my boomstick?
And
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Oh yeah, the guy who's animated it, like, also did a sprite
Far
animation of,
away,
like,
in an
it's called,
enchanted
like,
land,
Worlds
an
Collide,
old master found a boy.
it's a
He marveled
crossover
at his
between Sonic and
uncommon
Dragon
strength.
Ball. Like,
This
I highly
is the
recommend
story
going to
of
check it out.
Son
It's
Goku.
actually really
Chances are,
cool.
if you've watched some localized anime, you can thank
So,
this guy.
yeah,
Inspired
alright.
by martial arts films
I've
and
already seen the
device
preview
interest
for
in
both
Chinese
Goku
culture,
vs. Superman,
Akira
so,
Toriyama
I mean, Goku
uncovered
and
the story
Superman, the
and the
previews that they
character
released.
that would define
But, yeah,
generations
alright.
to come.
Dragon Ball!
It's-
Kakarot was born of
Yeah.
the last Saiyan on the planet Vegeta,
Okay.
narrowly escaped its destruction by Frieza, and was raised on Earth by happy old Grandpa
Oh yeah, and this
Gohan.
episode is like
Not just raised,
almost
but
27
trained.
minutes long,
Gohan
so
began
that it
Goku's
is
teachings
going to
in
be fun.
martial arts, which he would find
Not a
to
bad
be his
dad, you
true
guys are
calling
just me.
under the guidance
Yes,
of
I have been
Goku.
saying it for a while now.
Specifically,
Even
he learned
Team
the
4
Kami-sama
Star is just like,
style, which
Goku's not a
focuses
bad
on
dad.
discipline
He's
and
he's
tenacity,
not the
both of
best
which
one.
strongly
Don't get
define
us wrong.
Goku's
It's
The
just
more he learned, the
he's
more
not
he
a bad
wanted
one.
to improve. This little
Especially when
low-class
compared to
monkey boy
Vegeta,
would
who
prove
never
that
hugged
hard
his
work and
kid his
dedication
entire
can
life
beat raw
until he
talent.
nearly
Within just a
sacrificed
few
him. Until he
years,
sacrificed
was so
himself.
strong, the
So,
only worthy
yeah.
teachers left were gods.
And a talking cat, but
but
mostly gods.
When you're training to dodge lightning, you know you're a few leagues over everyone else.
He did have a slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman.
Mm-hmm.
They also take Nietzsche's famous words, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," very, very literally.
Yeah.
It's almost unfair how much of a boost in power they get after they're hurt.
While Saiyans like Vegeta may have abused this trait, it suits Goku. No matter how many times you knock him down, he will get
He will
back
always
up
get back
stronger
up.
than before.
It helps
Yep.
that he knows so many cool combat moves, like the Kamehameha.
An incredibly
Yes.
powerful
What
technique
are the-
that focuses one's
Yeah,
ki
the
into a
most
single
po-
point
the most
for a devastating
iconic
So
anime
challenging,
attack
it took
ever. I mean,
Roshi decades
come
to
on.
master, but
Yeah.
Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations. For example, Goku can curve the beam.
Well, they
with
include
fire,
the
or
fusion
even
dance
shoot
in there,
from his feet.
even though that's
Unlike
not even going to
Gosei,
matter.
He doesn't just use ki to blow shit up. Moves like the Solar Flare, Energy Landmine, and God Bind require
Oh, yeah.
a lot more strategy and
Oh yeah,
planning.
rock, paper,
Because while
rock,
Goku
scissors,
isn't
and paper.
exactly
Okay.
book smart, he is a genius when it comes to martial arts. He doesn't just train to conquer his opponents, but to conquer himself.
Yes.
He's also got some
I'm glad they're at least
different
calling back
moves,
to a lot of
like
the old
trapping you in a
lines from
rice
from
cooker.
from really
any
both
container
of
could be
them,
used
but
for the
mainly
mop
the
of a
first
ceiling
one.
technique.
Then there's Kaioken, aka Instant Steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Goku's multiplied his power by 20 with it before, and in
Must
a
be fatal
movie, he
defense.
even
Okay,
got
yeah.
it up to times 100. What a badass!
The Genki Dama, or Spirit Bomb, is potentially his strongest attack, but it requires considerable time.
Okay.
Unlike Instant Transmission, which is a teleport that's instant. The
Yeah,
way it
yeah.
works is Goku detects another
Yeah, I don't
person,
think the
like a
Spirit
sort of
Bomb's gonna
beacon,
help,
then
like,
teleports to their
Even if we
location
don't
by
include the
launching
whole, it
himself
doesn't
through
work
an
on being
alternate
so pure,
dimension
a pure
where
of heart.
time
Like,
stands
it
still.
still
Yes,
takes way
according
too too long to
Daisenshi
charge.
Guidebook, it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in
Oh yeah,
between
this is
spaces
a
and
weird
movies and
thing
games.
And the
with
Dubs
instant
wanted us
transmission.
to think it
Okay.
shot Goku's molecules around at light speed. Silly English.
Silly
The dubs
English.
did more than that. In fact, early dubs of Dragon Ball Z tried to rewrite Goku as a Superman figure. Even
Yeah.
his famous speech on Namek about being the light in the darkness was originally about him coming to terms with his
Yeah,
son heritage,
yeah, because I
accepting
believe
his
like
anger and
Superman the
pride,
animated series
avenging
was
evil
coming
by
around the
defeating
same
Frieza,
time,
and
they were
declaring
both
himself
like
the
aired on the
Super
same
Saiyan.
channel.
Hell yeah.
So they
If there's
so
any scene that
yeah,
deserves
they
the
wanted
word
to
epic,
like
it's
make
when
a
he
whole
went
bunch of
gold.
comparisons.
Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a loop by turning Goku into a god.
Super
Yeah.
Saiyan God
Yeah.
certainly changed things up. Goku gained divine
All of a sudden,
ki,
all of his
pure form of ki
regular
unspoiled
Super
by
Saiyan
mortal
transformations
hands.
became
Unlike
irrelevant.
normal ki, it can't be detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kinda like Senzu beans. Did you know one Senzu has so much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs? They're missing out.
God Goku reached a level of power that could compete with the greatest of deities, nearly shattering the whole universe with a single clash on his first go. Dragon Ball's cosmology is unique.
Okay,
This
yeah,
model
here
is
we
said to
go.
be an
All
accurate
right.
depiction of Universe 7, but there's a wrinkle there.
There's
When
a-
all of
okay.
humanity went to heaven,
Because Boo went Boozerk.
Fidel
Yeah.
commented that heaven is just as large as a universe.
Oh, wow,
And the Daisenshi
okay.
backs her up.
And that's heaven.
Oh,
Big planet.
yeah. So
Scale
it's
things up with that
it's
in
very
mind.
large.
Doing so would make Universe 7 over 1,500 times larger than our
Oh.
observable universe.
All
And
right.
Goku could destroy that much the first time he went
Second
God.
dimension
And he
story.
didn't
Right,
lose
okay.
that power. He
Okay.
learned how to use it even better, even in base form. Now,
Hmm.
imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God and became Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, but
saying that.
but
Or after
Goku
he
literally
trained with
bit his
some
tongue
almighty
trying to
angel.
say it, so
Or
he
when
just changed it to
perfected
Super
the
Saiyan Blue.
hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Goku has certainly performed great feats with God Ki, breaking through Hit's time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient timeline, defeating Jiren, who shook the entire world of Void by just walking.
Just walking,
Even
yeah.
tried out Hakai,
Because
the
Jared is
destruction
just a
god move that
massive
nopes
brick
you out
wall
of
with the
existence.
personality to
Your
match.
being and your soul erased from all of time and space.
Culminating in his greatest form.
Yep. Ultra Instinct. This is gonna be
Goku
fun.
isn't a normal transformation. It's a state of mind. Ultra Instinct.
Yeah,
is
it's
the
not a
highest peak
Super
of
Saiyan
martial
form.
arts,
It's
subconsciously
it's
making
just
optimal
yeah.
choices
It's just,
because
like you
you're
said,
in
it's
the
state of
zone.
mind.
Do it
Theoretically,
without thinking.
a lot of
Something
characters
Goku has
could be
always
able
been
to,
trained to do.
you know, do
Technically,
this.
It can be used in any form, but when perfected, autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability, even pushing his body well beyond his physical limits. So far beyond, in fact.
Mm-hmm. You're right,
Ultra
right,
Instinct
that-
can summon a
Yeah, he
massive
can summon the avatar of
function
Goku,
from
and then
his
around
own
the
body
same time,
hands.
Superman summoned an
sounds
avatar
really
too.
intense.
So
It
people
is,
wanted to
which is
see
why
that
he's
kind of
developed
fight. That'd be
incremental
fun.
versions of it for specific uses. It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Right, yeah.
Until you get to Dragon
And then we got
Ball
Dragon Ball Heroes, okay.
AKA Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
While technically
Yeah,
it's
that's
different
fair.
continuity, CC Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku. His history
okay.
and powers are the same, making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities. The only real difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
Yeah,
This
yeah. I mean, that
Goku
makes
used
sense.
Instant transmission to teleport through time and dimension.
Even Toriyama's just
He
like, yeah,
outsped
I
a
ain't
god
touching
who could
that.
see the future.
It's
He
way too.
defeated Dark
Yeah,
King
okay.
Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe. Hell, this series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can break space-time just by going Super Saiyan 4.
Looking back at that goofy monkey boy chopping wood,
Right,
and
yeah,
punching
it-
dinosaurs,
yeah.
it's almost overwhelming to think about how far
Overwhelming's
Goku
a word
has
for
come,
it.
How much he's had to face.
But yeah,
But no matter the
it's
challenge,
such
he takes it
such a
head
simple
on and
story
pushes through.
became all of
Showing
this.
everyone, everywhere,
It's-
how to go even further beyond.
Awesome. But yeah, like I said, it's
Faster than a speeding bullet.
it's kind
more
like I said,
powerful than a
it is
locomotive.
pretty
It's a
amazing
bird.
how
It's a
like
plane.
how far Goku's come
Superman.
Geez,
since
just a
he's been
locomotive?
introduced.
People in the 40s needed bigger imaginations.
Born on the far-off world of Krypton, the infant Kal-El was sent to Earth by his parents, narrowly escaping
Yep.
Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers,
Yeah,
as
this is
Clark
a very
Kent,
familiar
he eventually
story.
became Superman, champion of the oppressed, the man of tomorrow.
If you've only seen the movies, forget him. Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout,
Hmm.
and he's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants.
Right,
and
yeah.
grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And then
Yeah,
that ugly
and then
mustache showed
and then
up.
these guys.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrible
And then
horrors,
World
the
War
pair
II
created
Germany.
Superman
I will
to
not
be a simple
say what they
solution
were
to
because, you
overwhelming
know,
problems.
A hero who could
I
defeat
kind of want to
any
keep
evil by
monetization,
just
thank you
punching
very
it.
much.
Hell yeah, that's
It's
how I live my
stupid
life.
because
After
history
almost
needs to be
9 decades,
spoken
Superman has been
about.
many
Like,
things.
come
At
on.
the core, his story is one of a refugee, a child who lost his home, left to the mercy of alien
Love interest,
people.
a lot of
This new
L's,
world
and then Wonder
accepted
Woman.
him, gave him a new home because helping others in need is the right thing to do. That's why.
Oh yeah,
he
the new
became
Superman
a
show is actually
superhero,
really good.
The first
Like,
superhero.
is it the best thing?
Everything's gotta start somewhere, but
Somewhat.
he
I
was
mean,
the first
it's
one
really
to
cool.
really
Not the
take
best,
off.
but it
I
is
mean,
still
not
really cool, and I
literally.
highly
It took
recommend
a
this
while,
show
actually,
right
before he
here.
learned how to fly.
Yeah.
In fact, when Clark discovered his Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's
That's
fast
that
enough to
doesn't
reach the
seem
edge of
physically
the universe
possible.
in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can do all that, but Batman can punch him out? Really?
Yeah, but Batman
You're
requires a
probably
lot
thinking
of prep
Elseworlds
time
stories
and
outside
kryptonite,
Manhattan and
so
Dark Knight
yeah.
Returns. It's a good question, though. Superman's powers have fluctuated over time for a variety of reasons. However,
Right, yeah.
for Death Battle, we take the
But we take 'em
characters
at their
at
best.
Yeah, like how his breath is so
Superman has
powerful,
limits?
he can sneeze
That's
away
a fun way to
solar
spell
system,
no
or blow
limits.
air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Speaking of, his
Like, what do
X-ray
you say
vision
to
doesn't
stuff
just
like
see
that?
walls. He can see through your own body and mind to examine your soul.
And yet, he can't see
And
through
yet lead
That's okay,
remains
though.
the only
He can
thing
just
he
burn
cannot
through it
see
with his
through.
face, since
That
he
is
gets his
amazing.
power from the yellow
I-
sun.
it's
His heat
hilarious.
vision burns with the fire of a star, and if beams aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Okay, there we go.
But Superman's powers defy physics. My favorite examples of this are when he rebuilt the reality warping miracle machine from memory. Or
Hmm. Okay.
punched Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it
every
through all
version of him
time.
felt it.
Or
Oh
when
my
he gained
God.
10 years worth of medical training through only 5
Right,
minutes of
yeah.
reading, and then
Just-
successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice.
Like-
My favorite example is when he smelled brownies in North Dakota from orbit.
Even beyond his powers, Superman is no novice when it comes to the intricacies of battle.
He's trained in Kryptonian martial arts, which uses chi, or as they call it, Shriar. He even got
all
sent
right.
to Asgard to fight demons with Thor for 1,000 years.
Superman can resist being erased from existence, such as tanking Darkseid's Omega
Like-
beams. Even retcon and the time travel,
What-
both
what-
of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him.
Right.
Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
What?
Timelines literally revolve around him.
But
Like-
let's address the
like,
F-shaped
what-
elephant
what-
in the room. You may
what
have
do you
noticed we've
say to
covered a
this?
variety of Superman eras. Superman and DC Comics as a whole have gone through multiple retcons.
Right,
Golden
yeah.
Age, Silver Age,
And then, like, a
pre-crisis,
recent
post-crisis,
comic book
New
thing, like,
52,
combined a whole
Rebirth,
lot of them,
and
so
on.
yeah.
It would help to know which one is the main Superman, right? Well, they all are.
Yeah, the latest reboots basically said everything in the main series is kinda canon, even
Hmm.
when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he can still phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled events from supposedly retcon timelines
Right,
before.
yeah,
Post-crisis Supes did start as less powerful than in pre-crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Commie Superman,
Yeah.
Dinosaur Superman. There's a bunch.
Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
this new canon has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And
yeah,
while
see?
Superman's powers stem
Like,
from
what?
the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star increases
Okay.
them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star, he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to another galaxy, Superman just popped back up. saying
there we go.
space-time
Space-time
has lost its meaning
has
for him.
largely
He
lost
really
its
just
meaning.
said that.
Remember,
Like-
Superman defies physics.
Yeah.
When he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've
It's
seen
like-
that his universe has a radius of at
What
least
is
100
Goku going to
light
do
years,
against
but
this?
We can calculate a more exact figure.
Okay,
The DC
all right.
universe is 15 billion years old.
All
and
right.
expands at 60 trillion light years.
Like,
per
here's a
half
second.
This
Half second,
means
okay.
Its radius must be over 50 non-nillion
Non-nillion light years.
What? That's 31 zeros.
Oh!
And Soups helped make that happen.
Well, about 1/5 of it. That's still immense.
But that's still a
If
lot.
you want something bigger? Here's the Anti-Monitor blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the antimatter universe. And then Superman, you know.
Punched him so hard it
okay.
kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now,
What?
Superman does have weaknesses. There's kryptonite,
Yeah,
of
kryptonite,
course,
yeah.
and exposure to red starlight can fade his powers over time.
Not all at once. He
Yeah,
has
not
been able
all-
to move
okay.
planets around while under a red star. So.
And everyone knows Superman can't deal with magic. But it's more accurate to say he doesn't have any special resistances.
Yeah, there we go.
He's defeated plenty of magic users before.
Yeah, like
even
he's
Shazam.
weak to magic
Superman
like we are
challenges
weak
the
to
idea that
bullets.
absolute power
It's not that we're
corrupts
weak to it,
absolutely.
it's just
He's
we don't
the
have any
goodest
special
good guy of
defenses.
them all, but there is nuance to being good, even if he
Oh,
is
natural
the ultimate power
special
fantasy,
defense.
unstoppable
Natural special
and
defenses against that
incorruptible.
stuff.
Such as when he took on the World Forger,
The-
one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
Oh!
Who was in the 6th dimension, crafting a whole new multiverse to replace the one Clark calls home?
Oh.
Who was gonna stop him?
Superman could, and the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant he could never escape.
Oh.
Or so the Forger thought.
Or so he
Instead,
thought,
Clark
yeah.
found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger,
What?
and shatter his new multiverse with a single punch. Because
What?
that's Superman. A simple solution to overwhelming
A simple
problems.
solution
He's the
to
kind of person
big
to
problems.
Save a cat from a tree,
All right.
answer Christmas cards from strangers,
Aw.
and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy. all
He
in the
really
same
does
day.
it all. He's the ultimate
not
Boy
to like?
Scout, and we love
Truth
him.
and justice has no better champion than the
Yeah,
man of
I believe like
steel.
one of the writers like said like if
This
you
episode
go
of
into
Death
a
Battle is
Superman
sponsored by
story
BetterHelp.
hating
It's
Superman,
getting to
you're
be the
not gonna
holiday season
like if
again,
you
and I
start
guess
writing
Mama
a
Boosting
Superman
is
story, I should
finally
say,
giving me that new Dune buggy I've
and
been
you don't
drooling
like
over.
Superman,
What's
you're not
gonna
gonna
be
make a
stuffed
good
in your
story.
stocking?
You
A
need to
couple
understand what
undiscovered
Superman is all
elements would
about
be
in order
nice,
to like
but the
make a
holidays
good story
are
with
also
him.
about giving gifts to
And
yourself.
yeah,
Maybe
like
that
Superman,
means giving
he's a really
yourself a
cool
break
character. I
during this
still think
busy
I
month, or
prefer
treat yourself
Goku over
when you have
him.
the time.
It's just
And
Superman
in
is actually a really
anticipation
good
of a new
character in his
year,
own right.
sometimes
Like
that
there's a
means
reason he's
therapy.
stuck around for
Therapy
so
can be
long.
super helpful year
But,
round,
yeah.
especially during this
I
season,
mean,
the holiday blues are
But
no
like I
joke.
said,
If
what
you're
is
thinking about
Goku
starting
supposed to
therapy,
do
consider
against
giving
all of
BetterHelp a
that?
try.
What's great is that it's totally online.
Like he's
so
got to
it's super
put up
flexible with your
a
schedule
really
and
good
convenient.
fight.
All
It's
you
just
have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire
yeah,
and get matched with a licensed
yeah.
therapist.
And
It
if it
like I
isn't a
said,
perfect
like the
match,
G1
switch
blog
therapists
said,
at
it's
any
kind
time
of
with no
hilarious how
additional charge.
outclassed
Visit
Goku is.
BetterHelp.com/deathbattle
Like,
today to
okay,
get 10% off
all right.
your
I'm just
first
trying to
month.
talk through the
That's
ad here.
BetterHelp,
But, all right.
HELP.com/deathbattle.
Okay, all right. Let's get this over with, please. Okay, thank you. All right,
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's
time for a death battle. All right, for real this time. Let's do this. Good animation so far. The models look Superman's model looks a bit weird, but yeah, it's from
Today's the
Fortnite.
day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
Xander Movis' Superman is actually really good. All right. I was hoping they'd use the original voice actors, you know, Moscow X, and it's just some random guy. But you know what? They're good. They're good too. Like how Goku started with Super Saiyan. We haven't like seen his base form yet.
You're holding back. Give it your all. No regrets.
I'm doing just fine.
Oh, I thought they were gonna do. Okay, just jump into blue. All right. I thought they were gonna do the Man of Steel boom and then boom, but okay, this is nice too. All right. Ooh. All right, that's cool. He just grabbed. Oh.
Oops. Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Okay, that was cool.
Looks like a job for...
Oh. Wow. Okay. It was. Okay. Okay. This. All right. Huh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna guess this is where Ultra Instinct comes into play.
What do you think?
That was awesome! Nice suit!
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
And there's Mastered Ultra Instinct. Ooh. Oh, wow. There's the man. Oh, and the Man of Steel punch will stop. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. He's like, yeah, enough of that already. We've done it way too many times in Death Battle. Oh, that was a super flare. Okay. Oh, he's jumping through. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Finally.
Oh, this is so cool. Is it gonna? Oh man, is this just like the first one where he just? Oh, yeah, he's just bursting through that Kamehameha. Oh. Oh, and the Avatar. Ooh. Aw, and there he is.
Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
Aw.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
I look forward to it.
Oh.
Let's go again.
You're on.
Oh. Oh, I love that. Oh, that was. Oh. Best ending.
That's it.
All right.
The final, indisputable answer. Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
so many ways this battle could go, especially with all the other continuity.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for real, Goku would kick almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
Except for
There's
the
a lot
main
to
one.
cover, so
yeah.
let's address the 5 categories most representative of this fight.
All right.
First up,
Strength, okay.
Both could hit hard enough to break or make their whole universe.
Okay.
Or take it in stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most,
All
Dragon
right.
Ball's universe is 1,505 times larger than our own.
Yeah.
But based on the DC universe,
But, yeah, that-
established age and rate of expansion,
Yeah.
it is 1.6 Vigentillion
Vigentillion.
over a Novemdecillion times more than Goku's.
At some point, you reach a number high enough that it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway,
Yeah.
Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus
Oh,
fight,
yeah,
even
definitely.
by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
But even if we highball Goku by quadrillions or quintillions of times,
But even
the
it- yeah.
gap is just too
It's-
much.
it's just-
especially
yeah.
with the World Forger feat. Not even
Right.
Heroes competes with that. Superman takes the edge in strength.
But
There we
strength
go.
isn't everything.
But, okay, let's talk speed.
Both
All
are
right.
Obviously way faster than light, but Superman crossed that mega-sized universe of his in seconds and flew faster than infinity.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
He can keep
He
up
can
with
keep
the
up with Flash. That
His
makes sense.
Speed is so ludicrous, it's unquantifiable.
Don't count Goku out, though. Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an
Yeah.
omnipresent merged timeline also implies immeasurable speed.
Implies,
That,
yeah.
combined with instant transmission and Ultra Instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably, Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable.
But both are
The
immeasurable.
safest bet
Okay.
here is to say they tie in speed.
Okay, that's
Especially
fair.
when we look
All
at
right.
skill. Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman sees training as a means to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat.
But
and
yeah,
converting
Superman
martial
is
arts are
definitely very
impressive,
skilled
but he's only
regardless.
used them a few times. It would be disingenuous to say he's an equivalent master at them.
So Goku
Okay.
wins in skill,
All right.
but not necessarily in experience.
But
Don't get me
experience,
wrong,
yeah.
Superman
Superman's
is not
better.
a
Yeah.
mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial arts experts like Cobra without powers.
Goku has spent decades training, but Superman
Has
battled
spent,
Norse demons
yeah,
for
literal
8,000
millennia
years.
He's also
training.
astonishingly brilliant.
Or at least
like
in
when he
battle.
reassembled the reality warping miracle machine from memory.
Yeah.
Experience obviously goes to Superman.
Yeah, there,
But
and now
perhaps
powers.
less obvious is our last category, powers.
Hakai, Spirit Bomb, Mafuba, Instant Transmission, God Key, God Bind. How does Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's different from Magic. God
Yeah.
Ki is simply pure Ki, and Magic isn't an auto win against Superman anyway.
Right, yeah,
whose
that's
greater
fair.
Strength could break out of something like the God Bind.
Mafuba and the Spirit Bomb would take way too long.
But yeah,
and
those would
Goku's
take
never
way too long to
successfully
even
used Hakai
attempt.
Before. Even if he did land it, Superman's impossible to erase from reality. Like, he's tanked Omega Beams, which do the same thing as Hakai.
Superman can
Yep.
time travel, countering Instant Transmission's similar ability from Heroes.
Yep.
And regarding teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough enough to withstand a vacuum, Instant
Yeah.
Transmission requires another person to act as a beacon. He can't just warp to any red star.
Yep,
Even
there
if
we
he
go.
did, Superman could simply fly away and find a blue or white star for a supercharge.
And Goku could not pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
There we go.
So that's it then. Clark
There
has
we go.
too many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Well, I think there's something else. Goku
Okay.
versus Superman
The
reaches a
Epic Rap
broader
House of
zeitgeist.
Mystery one.
It's more than just two characters fighting. For a whole generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo.
Okay.
Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime.
But then along
There was
came
a whole
anime.
other world of ideas and stories for us.
Yeah, I know, it was
Westerners to
completely different
experience,
culture.
And Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies and culture. And if that's what's at stake, who wants Goku to lose?
You're sure you're not overthinking this?
It's not our intent, but it does call into question what we're doing. How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation? Are we stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants
Oh,
in a
wow.
vacuum
Oh,
of violence?
oh,
And
okay.
if so, then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz.
Yeah.
Damn it, man. There's more than one way to appreciate something. We're
Yeah.
having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together. And that's okay.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's
Yeah,
what it is, and
you're
it's
right.
fun.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer, that battle was super, man.
That's the worst pun.
But
Okay.
it fits them both.
It's so lame.
I don't see you doing any better.
I do the math. The pun's your job.
Well, maybe
Oh.
if you math as good
Man,
as
the
I
best-
punned,
the
then
best
Goku
in-
would have won.
What is wrong with you?
The best ending to the fight and the best ending to the
Hi, I'm Ben,
analysis.
voice of Wiz.
All
Thank
right,
you so much
that
for
was
watching.
actually
We are about
really
to announce
good.
the next
But
episode,
what's
but
the
before we do that,
finale?
we're not on Death Battle member
Is it
yet.
Galactus
Click
versus
join button
Unicron?
below.
Please
See
tell
what
me
you're
it's
missing.
Galactus versus Unicron. Come on. What else could it be? Maybe not. Yep. 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 The #1 most requested matchup in Death Battle history. Oh, I saw that. I need to see that again. I need to see that again. Okay. All right. Okay, just to see if I saw that right, because I mean, like I said, okay, I brought it up a few times, but like, yep, the #1 most requested matchup in Death Battle history. Okay. All right. So I think I've said all I can with Goku vs Superman 3, but yeah, that was an amazing fight, and like, oh man, I loved that. That was so good, so good. All right, I mean, I still got it right. I might as well checkmark that, but yeah, like I said, what was Goku gonna do against Superman? But at the same time, what was Goku gonna do against Superman? Give us an awesome fight, a battle for the ages. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think, yeah, they were right to make this episode, simply because how awesome it was. But yeah, anyway, Galactus vs. Unicron. I've called that ever since Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer came out. Because, let me put it this way. Okay, so I was just like, okay, Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer, and then I was like, wait a minute. They haven't talked about Galactus versus Unicron in a while, so I wonder if, like, this is like a little hint, because the Silver Surfer, is Galactus's herald, or at least his most popular herald, his most iconic herald, the guy who goes to a planet and warns of the coming of Galactus, you know, that kind of thing. And I was like, man, it would be really, really cool if, like, Megatron came in, like, maybe Megatron versus Frieza came in later on, and because, you know, Megatron becomes Galvatron and becomes basically Unicron's herald. And what do you know? Frieza versus Megatron came out just a few like entries later. And yeah, I was like, okay, if the finale isn't Galactus versus Unicron, what was the point here? But this is like so much foreshadowing. But yeah, and I'm surprised like no one in the subreddit of the Death Battle subreddit was even like considering this. They were considering a whole bunch of other things. And here I felt alone because I was just like, guys, it's Galactus versus Unicron. But yeah, all right. Okay. Yep, okay. This was fun. This was a whole lot of fun. We're at the 35-minute mark now. So, yeah, I've got nothing else to say, so I'm just going to end the video here. So, yeah. Till next time, guys. See ya.